And welcome to Friday Live. It's 420 in homage to my college days. Thank you, nieces and nephews, and everybody who's joining me and the replay crew. And who was that guy? Anyways, I finally figured out why this changed the other day for Bridget. I'm going to answer that right now. Bridget D had asked me, why in the world did you have a different thing other than Uncle Bill Dube up there? And I guess what it happens is my application takes whatever I titled the last thing that I've added to the broadcast under my name too, for some reason. Kind of interesting. Oh, greetings there, Bridget D. I think it's great that you're here. And you know what? I'm going to drop your link in here so that everybody else can see it. Or actually, you still got your wrench. Why don't you drop your link in? And we will get going with message from our sponsor before I get going with anything else. So let's bring on our sponsor. Oh, that's not our sponsor. This is our sponsor right here. It's going to be another one of those days, isn't it? 5 reasons to join Uncle Bill's weekly newsletter. 1, it's free. It's a quick and easy read. This one here is this week's newsletter. It's only 3 pages. Has information how to get to the Monday Live and to the after party. The after party is easy to get to. I even put information on how to get to it in the newsletter along with links. The links are only provided if you join the newsletter. Easy. Also, you can get in touch with Uncle Bill. You might even want to be a guest on one of my lives, Monday and Friday. And let me see, contact information. And the last thing is there's no spam. I'm not going to share your email address. And I love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And I got to kick them off real fast. And greetings to my friend Shonda from Shonda's Real Food and Drinks. And if you could drop her link, it would be much appreciated, Bridget. So nice of you to be here, Shonda. Speaking of real food and drinks, I've been drinking hibiscus tea, and I found out recently that, I'll cover that in 5 crazy things because that's what's going to be coming up after the news. Let's get into the news. Today's news for Friday, 19 May 2023, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Woohoo! Guess what, folks? It's coming back in San Diego, Saturday, October 7th, 8 p.m. over in the Balboa Theater in the park is going to be Rocky Horror Picture Show. And even Barry Bostwick is going to be there. Whoa, amazing. Now, here's why I don't think that it'll be such a great thing. Well, actually, it's going to be great because everybody loves Rocky Horror Picture Show. They're going to have a live cast there, too. Now, I really wonder if they're going to do it in the tradition of Rocky Horror. If so, folks, and you go there at 8, make sure to bring a raincoat. And I'm not talking about those little circular ones. I'm talking about the ones you actually wear because it's quite a messy production if they do it right. Now, AI. AI has been a lot in the news today. And I think people need to wake up to AI because AI is not dangerous, but misuse of AI and over-dependence on AI is. Now, here's an example. I used my AI news program, my AI writing program, and I gave it a prompt for which makes sense to a human, but to an AI, this was a little bit confusing. What it said was, write 10 story titles along with a short summary for each from today's news. Today, not yesterday, not that's today's news. That's something that a human understands. Get my ice cream today. That doesn't mean tomorrow, doesn't mean yesterday, doesn't mean two hours ago. Well, 2 hours ago is today. Anyway, let's get to it. And I'm not going to be, I don't have a teleprompter, so I'm going to be reading off this. Amazon workers face burnout as demand skyrockets during pandemic. That was the title. In summary, the story highlights the struggles of Amazon workers who are facing burnout due to increased demand during the pandemic. The workers are working overtime and are struggling to keep up with the increased workload, which is taking a toll on their physical and mental health. Okay, that's one. Okay, I asked for 10, I got 8, and then I had to hit the little circle to generate the remaining 10. Now, good summaries and everything. All right. Governor Cuomo facing recalls for resignation amid sexual harassment allegations. Summary. Nice summary. The story covers the sexual harassment allegations against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and the growing calls for his resignation. The allegations have prompted an investigation and have to put Cuomo's political future in jeopardy. Pretty good. All this sounds great. And I have a couple more. Texas power outages leave millions without heat during winter storm. Summary. The story covers the devastating winter storm that hit Texas, leaving millions without power and heat. The power outages have led to a humanitarian crisis as people struggle to stay warm and find food and water. Now, one thing about AI is it definitely will make things sound very interesting. 4. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine receives FDA approval for emergency use. Summary. The story covers the recent FDA approval of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine for emergency use. The vaccine is a single dose and has shown to be effective prevention severe cases of COVID-19. Plus you're learning that Uncle Bill doesn't read too well on camera. Hence the reason why I don't have a teleprompter yet. Working. Now also I have to get a microphone for the camera. Prince Philip undergoes heart procedure at a London hospital. Summary. The story covers Prince Philip's recent heart procedure at a London hospital. The 99-year-old Duke of Edinburgh is said to be recovering well after the procedure. Now these are all news. If I was going to give them credit and say that this is the news, you guys would run me out on a rail. 6. Biden administration announces plan to reunite migrant families separated at the border. Summary. The story covers Biden administration plan to reunite migrant families who were separated at the border under Trump's administration immigration policies. The plan includes providing mental health services to the families and creating a task force to oversee the reunification process. 7. NASA's Mars rover Perseverance successfully lands on the red planet. Summary: the story covers the successful landing of the NASA's Mars rover Perseverance on the red planet. The rover is equipped with advanced technology to study the planet's geology and search for signs of past life. And there's 3 more that go on, same type of thing. Facebook blocks new content in Australia over proposed media law. 9, GameStop prices soar amid Reddit. 9, GameStop stock price soars amid trading frenzy. 10, Myanmar Miramar military stages, maybe it is Myanmar. Myanmar is probably a country that Uncle Bill didn't know about, but I'm going to have to look it up after this.
And I did, and that's
Myanmar
actually Burma.
military stages coup and detains Aung San Suu Kyi. Totally mispronounced that. Now, this is the AI as it was prompted. You cannot just go and say, AI, do this, and not double check. First story: Amazon workers face burnout as demand skyrockets during pandemic. That story ran January 24th, 2022. Over a year ago. Governor Cuomo faces calls for resignation. Well, guys, Governor Cuomo's already out, and that was from March 1st, 2021. Texas power outages, again, 2021. Now, just like having a 3-year-old, you don't give them the keys to your car and then walk away and expect them any good to happen. As a matter of fact, I remember when my neighbor released the brake on his dad's car, and it was on a downhill thing towards the garage. It was not pretty. So even releasing the brake can cause damage, obviously. News today. We're doing the same thing, except this time we decided to get a little bit more descriptive with the AI. Write 10 story titles along with short summaries for each from today, and then we gave it a date, 19 May 2023, in the news. And just like a child that has been caught with their hands in the cookie jar, the AI responded. The rise of the electric car. Okay, you can find a story about that anywhere, anytime, any day. And also, the summaries got really small. As a matter of fact, let's zoom in and show you. Now my face looks real big. But anyways, the rise of the electric car. A look at the increasing popularity of electric cars and how they changed the automotive industry. You can find that just about anywhere. Now it's just pulling it out of the sky. Before it was actually getting individual news stories, but now it's like, oh, I realized I'm supposed to get creative or something. The future of work. Yes, there's always stories in the paper about the future work, examining the impact of automation and artificial intelligence on the job market and what it means for workers. Hey, workers, just so you know, AI is not going to take over your job. It may be put in some places, but there will always be jobs for people who are willing to work. All right. The battle against climate change, a report on global efforts to combat climate change and challenges that lie ahead. That's not too bad. The new space race, a look at the growing competition between nations, private companies in the race to explore space. The rise of veganism, exploring the growth trends towards veganism and the impact it is having on the food industry. The future of healthcare. You notice how these are fairly generic and it's pulling generic. These aren't actual news stories. A discussion on the latest advancement in medical technology and how they are changing the way we approach healthcare. Obviously, there's going to have to be a human in the loop on all of these. The impact of social media. You're on social media right now, guys. Examining the positive and negative effects of social media on society and how it is changing the way we communicate. And it definitely is changing the way we communicate. I recently have fallen prey to that several times because those little Q codes that they put on things, assuming that everybody has a phone that has a Q code reader. Thank goodness Uncle Bill has a Q code reader on his bar scanner that he can plug into his computer and read barcodes, because they don't even put web links anymore. Of course, the thing is web links are quite long. Oh, I digress. Let's get back onto the changing face of education. A report on the latest trends in education, including online learning and personalized learning, and how they are transforming the education system. Actually, I think it was more so COVID that transformed the education system because it forced everybody online. But we'll talk about that in another news story. The future of travel. A look at the latest advancements in travel technology and the impact they are having on the travel industry. Maybe we'll have a drone fly us somewhere. The future of energy, a discussion on the latest developments in renewable energy and how they are changing the way we think about energy production and consumption. And that's pretty much it. That's my news that is the news. Don't worry about your AI, but make sure not to put it in charge of everything. Next week, maybe we'll talk a little bit about why Uncle Bill thinks AI in the home is not always the smartest thing. My water heater's a good example of that. I'm going to turn it over to this guy.
About time that he turned it back over to me. Hey, Bridget, guess what? We are going to try to do a game and with everybody, and we still haven't been able to get this thing to work quite right. And it's not really its fault. It's Uncle Bill. All right, so I'm going to show this on stream. This is the winning wheel, and I have no idea of how it works. It says select an interaction question to start the wheel. All right, so let's see. What do I have to select here? Okay. And the winner is, okay, so, or maybe I put the people on the wheel. Let's see. Can I go up here and put the wheel on? I thought I had it all set up before we even started. So let's just go and start an interaction. Oh, there we go. I guess I'm the winner. Yay! I don't know what I won. I think what it is oh, I know. Whoever this lands on gets to pick the next interaction and what we're going to be doing on the winning wheel. So let's give it another spin if I can figure out how to get it to go again. I think this will do it. Ready, set, start interaction. All right, Shonda, if you're here, you can say what just type in what interaction. We have all sorts of interactions that we can do. Here, I'll show you. We can have a power poll question. We can have magic maps, which is always fun. Wonder words, which is interesting. Power poll without options, that's okay. That we're on circle of choice right now. At least we were until I bounced us out of there. Transient thoughts, quick questions, which is just when people ask questions. Wow, I didn't realize I have a winning wheel and a circle of choice. Oh, that's what it was. And look at this, emojis everywhere. This is something new. Reflect your audience thoughts with real-time emojis as they put it into chat. Oh, that sounds good. Let's see what we have. Type in an emoji that shows your current mood. All right, let's get going. Let's give it more than one answer because we have so many people here. And let's start this interaction. Let's see if we can do this. Will this work? Put an emoji in. Oh, I like that. Yay, Shonda. We have this. And here's a heart. Oh, hearts. And we have motorcycle. Okay. So this is kind of interesting. I have another platform called Yellow. I'm not Yellow. Yellow? Is it yellow? No, it's called Butter. I was thinking of the color. There's my motorcycle. And here's a guy running. So we have that. Now that was interesting. And let's see. We have other things that we can pick off of the Stream Alive, which is start an interaction here. This one's new. I didn't see this before. This must have been the one. The circle of choice was the one that I was thinking of. Maybe I can go back to this one. Oh, this is a winning wheel I programmed in. There's the circle of choice. Here we go. We're going to start this interaction and figure out which one on Stream Alive we're going to do next. This is kind of fun. Choice circle. Oh, man. Oh, that's what we just did. We're going to do something different. Wait a second. This is choice circle. Oh, we're going to do it again. One more time. First it lands on me, and then it lands on itself. Power polls. Okay, let's see if we can do some power polls here for everybody. Power polls, power polls. I haven't done this yet. Okay. What did you do for Mother's Day? Hey. Dine in. I'm on a diet. Add an option. Dine out. Don't ask any more questions, please. Okay. Now one answer per person. I'll let you answer as many times as you want. And here we go. We are going to start this interaction, and I'm going to run it for 1 minute. Right down here. Actually, 30 seconds. Oh, our treasured home. Great to have you in here. Bridget, could you drop our treasured homes link and give my best to Anastasia, right? She's so funny. I love that kid. All right, the phone, all you got to do is put whichever one you want. Like, say, if you, let's see, I dined in, so I'm going to put a 1 in there. And now it should click in a little bit of time. Come on, you can do it. Maybe it won't. Power pull. There we go. I guess it just takes a little while. We're going to have to give this one a whole, I guess maybe even 2 minutes to get it done. Yeah, I basically what I have spaghetti probably and cheese, and I use soy curls in the spaghetti. It's kind of fun. I've learned a new way to cook my spaghetti. I cook 1 serving of spaghetti, and I only do it in a quart of water. And I'm using this thin spaghetti. I break it in half. I put it in a 2-quart saucepan, and then I just boil the water almost all the way off. Then I drain it. Put some pizza sauce in there because I use pizza sauce. Makes it really delicious because it's like a spaghetti sauce, except less watery. Oh, come on, everybody. Bridget, aren't you going to play? All right, there we go. Well, this was Stream Alive, and we had some fun with Stream Alive. The winner is Dining In. So we go to hide on stream. I'm back. Now, let's see. We did newsletter. We haven't done crazy things. 5 crazy things from Uncle Bill's house, which have to do with today's subject, which is senior fitness. 5 crazy things. You want 5 crazy things? I got 5. Yeah, 5 crazy things for you to share. First is hibiscus tea. This is loose, rough cut, and this is the way I have it. I do about 1.5 ounces. I've been doing it daily. I love this stuff. However, I'm finding it's staining my teeth, so I'm going to have to talk to my dentist about it. And I've cut down a little bit. It was really tasty. It's non-caffeinated, made me feel good, but if it's going to damage my teeth, I want to know about it. So that's share number 1. Has to do with health. Yes, it does. Another thing that has to do with health, and I don't think I've shared this ever, is a thermometer. You should have a working thermometer in your house. And I'm not talking about those digital kind. I'm talking about this kind of thermometer where you just read it right off the side there. Yep, that's what you need. And why do you need that? Because you don't always have a battery in your thermometer that's going to work, or those battery operated ones, they give out. These don't. You could break it by accident. Now, this is an old mercury one. They don't even make them anymore, I don't think, out of mercury. But that is share number 2. Has to do with health, and it's a great thing to know about health. And I almost put that in my water glass. Share number 3. You like to go out and get some sunlight, vitamin D, and exercise outdoors, but at the same time, you need to protect yourself. And here is another thing to protect yourself with: sunblock, SPF 100 sunblock. And thank you to my daughter Bridget, because she's the one who gave me this, I think. Pretty sure that this was from her. Sunblock, good to have, good to have. And while you're exercising outdoors, you might be stretching, because it's always good to stretch before exercising.
And that even for a walk, you should stretch your feet at least, and probably your legs too, before going out for a walk. Say you trip on something, having stretched will be the difference between, oh, just recovering or maybe having a sprained ankle. Which do you want? I would just like to recover. I've actually fallen on my face walking and not gotten hurt. Why? Because I stretch and I keep stretched. Now, that was share number, what, 3? I think it's 3. 3? 3, yeah, 3 is sunblock. 1, 2, 3. 3 is sunblock. 4 is while you're outside, you want to have a towel to, for when you're stretching. That's how I got onto the subject of stretching, is a towel, because that will give you something to stretch on top of. And if you're at the beach, you can just lay it down on the sand. If you're at a park, you can lay it down on top of the grass. If you're running, you can use it to wipe off your sweat afterwards. There's so many good uses for a good beach towel or just a regular towel while exercising. Now the last one, a lot of people have said, hey, Uncle Bill, I'd like to lose some weight and I'd like to know a little bit more about food. Well, we've all heard that processed food is bad for us. I decided to do a little research. I thought it was going to be a quick, easy thing. So number 5 is knowledge. I'm going to give you the knowledge about processed food. And I went to WebMD, and they had a great article on there about processed food. I just highlighted some of it. I'll read you the highlights. Processed food, this can be food that is simply cut, washed, heated, pasteurized, canned, cooked, frozen, dried, dehydrated, mixed, or packaged. Basically everything in the grocery store is processed food. Now, what are the types of processed food? Here's where the United Nations has a food group scale called NOVA. Food classifications it puts into 4 groups. And guess what? The 4th one, spoiler alert, that's the one to stay away from. Group 1 is unprocessed or minimally processed foods. Those are the ones that are sliced, cut. Let's see, this group might include things that have been dried, frozen, refrigerated, filtered, or even fermented. I was surprised that that fell into Group 1, but it does. Maybe it's because all the beer drinkers in the world. Although beer I don't think would count. What they're talking about is vinegar. Now, Group 2, processed culinary ingredients. These can be like butters, oil, sugar, or salts. Those even, number 2 is one that you would approach with caution, because that too much butter is not good for you, too much salt is not good for you, same with sugar. And they aren't supposed to be eaten alone, so stop spooning that sugar into your mouth. Group 3, processed foods can include canned fish, fruits and syrup, bottled vegetables, cheese, fresh bread, and other options. And this food in this group is processed to make it more stable and to add to its qualities. Yum. Now Group 4, this is where you get into danger. It's called the ultra-processed food and drink products. They are created from having numerous additives. And how do processed foods, well, also, foods that would call, some sausages would come into this category, actually most sausages, and hot dogs, and anything that's processed, ultra-processed. Cereal even, the breakfast cereals, that would be Group 4. Yeah, sorry guys. Now, Cheerios, maybe not. Grits, no. Oatmeal, no. That's not ultra processed. Look at the number of ingredients in the cereal category before coming out and lynching me. If there's less than 4, then you should be pretty much okay. All right. How do processed foods affect your health? Some slightly processed foods can be part of a healthy diet, but other highly processed options can lead to health risks. Yep. For example, one small cookie might only have 50 calories when you look at it, but that is the same as a full cup of green beans. Now, which is better for you, the cookie or the green beans? Don't answer that, because we all know the answer. And heavily processed foods, the reason why we have the highly processed foods is because they're easier to digest. But the problem is that a lot of them might not even give you the nutrients or the fiber or everything else that you need. That is share number 5, knowledge. Let me know how you like it in the comments down below. Also, I'm going to turn it back to this guy over here. Love you all. Five reasons to join Uncle Bill's weekly newsletter. 1, it's free. It's a quick and easy read. This one here is this week's newsletter. It's only 3 pages. Has information how to get to the Monday Live and to the after party. The after party is easy to get to. I even put information on how to get to it in the newsletter along with links. The links are only provided if you join the newsletter. Easy. Also, you can get in touch with Uncle Bill. You might even want to be a guest on one of my lives, Monday and Friday. And let me see, contact information. And the last thing is there's no spam. I'm not going to share your email address. And I love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks for typing that in there, because I forget sometimes, because yeah, I forget to unmute myself. I mute myself during the thing, and
God, I've been going. It's like I said at the with the okay, and I guess I already did twice now. Um, at the end of that announcement, which was after my silence thing, or maybe I muted during the announcement, but I admitted to the fact that Uncle Bill makes mistakes and that I will again. And I used the S word during the newsletter sponsor broadcast. And supposedly we're not supposed to use that word anymore. It's a big no-no. So I make mistakes and I will again. Now, this is the Magic Maps. I've been explaining all sorts of stuff about Stream Alive and the Melon, which I use, which I have to remember to unmute myself. But Melon is now Talk Studio by Streamlabs. And it is a great program. I love it. And onto this. This is the map, Magic Map. So all you need to do is type in your city and state, and you can type in as many as you want because that's half the fun. Like right now, I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, and it will pop up on that screen very shortly, like about a minute. And then I now live in San Diego. It all depends on how crowded the jet stream is and everything else as far as that goes. Let's turn this one off and see if we can come in, and nothing is populating on the map. Let's start it over. Oh, here we go. Syracuse and San Diego. And if you don't want to say where you're from, you can say where you want to be from. Like, I do like, let's see, Florida and Tampa. So I could be from there too. Or I've been to Anchorage, Alaska. And I can't spell, so let's hope it's spelled right. Let's go back this thing out. There we go, Anchorage, Alaska. This is Stream Alive. It's another program which I use for lives. It's really good for interactions and having fun. And most of all, it's good for tracking your questions to make sure you don't miss any of them, which is nice. And I probably stopped the maps. No, oh yeah, start it back up. This big thing here says restart. And all of my things are lost. Oh no. Okay. Now let's hide this on stream and talk about senior fitness. One thing that I'm going to be doing a video on later on today is about stretching. A lot of people make the mistake of when they get to be a senior, they think, oh, I don't need to stretch, or, oh, I can just stretch really fast. Well, stretching really fast is not good, and not stretching at all is not good. I'll give you an example. A lot of people, they sprain their ankle, or they might go down because of the fact that they did not stretch properly prior to walking. And you can actually, it's not that hard. You just grab your toe and you slowly rotate your ankle around. And if you do that, not so hard that you would feel pain, but so that you just feel a little, gentle tugging, along the way. And that'll help you when you're out walking. Also, to do a calf stretch wouldn't hurt. Toe touchers. I was really surprised to find out that I used to be able to touch my palms down to the ground, from just bending over with my knees straight. Now I can only touch my toes, but a lot of seniors can't even do that. A big thing with doing that exercise and just, well, I'll give you a demonstration. When you do this one and you bend down like this and you go down to touch, you don't do it fast. What you want to do is just gently go into it. And if you feel any dizziness, then, obviously stand up. You can do stretching from your, seated in a chair. I'm on a stool right now, which is really good for stretching. One thing you can do is just reach up and just gently pull a little bit. You don't have to even, not much more than just the weight of your arm is enough to give you a nice stretch in your neck. And the same side on the other side, you can do that. That's good for neck pain. And believe me, I have a lot of neck pain these days. Not a whole lot. Well, I do talk about it. I had tonsillar cancer in 2019 and I had my whole neck nuked, which is not so much fun. Bleeding on the inside of your throat, I do not recommend it to anybody. But anyways, that's good for stretching your neck. And you should make sure that you have full motion in your head. That's for sure. And, you can do the same thing with your arm, reach over your head and stretch. And, we need to stretch and be limber into our advanced years. Of course, we never like to say that we're old, but those years keep on going by faster and faster. Now, the nice thing about the newsletter is that you get the link to the after party. So if you get on my mailing list, which isn't too late, and I didn't put the link into the chat, so I'm going to do that right now for all of those people that are out there. Now, what I do with the newsletter is I send that out weekly. I only send it once because, believe me, I'm pretty busy person right now. And it has at least 2 videos. It'll have the link to the Monday video and the link to the Friday live. Monday live, Friday live. All my other 10-minute lives, all those I don't pre-broadcast or put them on the newsletter. There's another link in there, which will be the link to the Talk Studio Streamlabs.com. And it's talkstudio.streamlabs.com. But if you're interested in joining us for the after party, that link is in the newsletter. And that goes out on, between Friday or Sunday. I usually get it out at least by midnight on Sunday, because I get behind the 8 ball sometimes with a lot of this stuff. It's a lot of fun and so amazing. And wow, my brain just is on hyperdrive right now. Does anybody got any questions about that was good, not good about your neck? No, and it wasn't good about my neck. Not having fun with that. But you get a different perspective on things. This was my second time having cancer, so I'm just glad to be breathing. And we all do the best we can with what we have. And you can always find somebody who has life worse off than you, and you can always find somebody who has life better than you. And the thing is just to be the best you can be. And speaking of which, my mouth gets so dry because I have like half of the salivary glands that I should have in my mouth at the moment because of that. So always good to stay well hydrated. So what kind of recipes are you thinking about, Nancy? I'm partial to spaghettis and anything easy. And I guess Anastasia, what kind of food does she like? I'm relearning about cabbage too. I made the most delicious. I made 2 stews with cabbage this week. First stew was just a fish stew where I took a whiting, frozen whiting, put it into the 2-quart pot, took the cabbage, and I had it soaking in salt and vinegar, and then sliced it, put it in the pot with the fish, and let's see what else did I throw in there. But it was great. And oh yeah, corn. Corn makes corn. I love corn chowder and corn, cabbage, and fish. It makes a nice dish. It also rhymes because I like to rhyme in time. And easy is just. Did you guys hear the music, by the way? Because I can turn it up if it's not loud enough. She likes tacos and pizza. Oh, I got time. I'm going to show you one thing that I got not too long ago. I get a lot of stuff at the thrift shop, and I picked this up for like $6. It is the red copper greasy. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you don't plan stuff. But you can do little pizzas, and I've done with my small pizza recipe for doing. This is the red copper 5-minute chef. I could endorse this product. The only thing I don't like about it is the paint. This red paint comes off, but this is one of the first red copper nonstick pans that I've owned that doesn't stick. It is amazing. I mean, I've even done brownies in this thing. Now, yes, if you let the brownie cool all the way, it'll stick. I mean, brownies stick to just about everything. But I took it and I made brownies in it. I've made pizza in it. I've made quesadillas in it. I've made burritos in it. It's just an amazing little tool. You know, I think if you ever see one, you can actually still get them at, let's see, I think, bulbhead.com, you might try there. And if you just look online, but best to see if you can find one in a thrift shop cheap. I mean, thrifty, not cheap. Uncle Bill's not cheap. I'm just very thrifty, but they are so fun. And also, how does she like waffles? Because I love making waffles. Waffle. You know, got to talk about healthy stuff like waffles and syrup and butter. You know, the three major food groups. All right, let's see. Where is it? I think this is that the one? No, that's not it. I'm looking for the overnight yeasted waffle recipe that I got years ago, and this is it. Okay, I'm gonna put this link in chat. Copy this link down, and this is the best recipe, bar none, for doing waffles. You eat waffles. If you do these waffles per the recipe, you need a Belgian waffle maker though. One of those deep ones. Of course, I'm over exaggerating. It's only about an inch deep, but it makes amazing waffles, and you just won't eat them. You'll never go back to. Well, you will go back to mix because mix is easy, but these are just so much fun. Waffles, pancakes, cookies, bread. Yeah. So, do you do thrifting? Because if you do, be on the lookout for one of these. This is just. I was like, well, I used to collect. Well, I did collect for a while, and I've been working at trying to declutter my house because I'm kind of a pack rat. And I collected waffle irons. I still got quite a collection, but I've been having my daughters get waffle irons over the years. Turkey bacon over regular bacon. Yeah, I saw her eating the turkey bacon on your live. That's a great substitute. Oh, there's a cookbook. It's where did I have mine? Just a second. I'm going to get that and then I'm going to close. We got to talk about some healthy food, seeing as I've been talking about all sorts of nastiness. The Spice Diet. This is a great book. Check out if you have a Dollar Tree. I actually got mine from the Dollar Tree. I guess it was a return or something, but I paid $1.25 for it. And I just got one for a friend of mine, and that was a little bit more expensive off of Amazon, but that way it got delivered and it's out of town. Just so much fun. This is a great thing for if you're looking to eat healthier, because we can do that and it is possible. It's just that we have these cravings, and what Chef Judson Todd Allen, what he talks about is layering your flavors and substituting out spices and stuff, and it's just amazing. I really am enjoying reading the book and learning about spices and proper use of spices. Now, the one thing I don't enjoy is the fact that I think the hibiscus tea, I'm going to have to cut back on it. It's so yummy. I loved it, and it's healthy, and it's not bad, except that I think it's destroying my teeth. Not as much. I know about the limited mobility. Have you tried glucosamine and chondroitin? And I'm sure you've probably tried all the good stuff. And the other one is turmeric. I heard is good for joints too. So just an idea. I mean, and this good old water. But I'm glad that you have a positive way to look at things. I mean, you go and you take your walk and then you rest. And that's the way you should do it. You shouldn't push yourself past your limit, and take your walk and rest, and you'll get there eventually. But you got to take those steps. We all do. All right, everybody. Guess what? It's that time. Thank you to all that have attended. I love you all. And thank you to the replay crew because you are great too. I love y'all. Bye bye. Join the after party. Sign up for my letter.